Hello everybody. I am going to teach you today how to use some basic Powtoon elements. Powtoon, if you don't know, is an animated presentation software. So just think of PowerPoint and then give PowerPoint some steroids and a really big ego and then a bunch of skill to go along with that ego, and you have Powtoon. Okay, so I'm going to log in. You can create a free account if you want, or you can pay for it. I pay for mine, so I have a couple more options. But what I'm going to show you is all within the free trial, basically. When you get to your dashboard, you have different templates and storyboards that you can choose from, all right, along these lines. But we're not going to use those today. We're going to use a blank Powtoon, and I'm going to show you how to make an animated welcome video with a character. Soon we'll be on your way to making awesome presentations. This load. Okay, so when you get started, it always asks you to choose a look. You are not relegated to any one of these looks. You can use a combination of them in your slides and nothing will change. It'll give you the option. But just today, we're going to use whiteboard because I like the characters. All right, so as you can see, it's very, very much like PowerPoint. You have your slide tray here. You can add slides or take slides away. You have your initial slide that you're working on, which is the one that's chosen in the tray. And unlike PowerPoint, you have this little timeline down here. Now, this is the time that your slide will play for. You have up to 20 seconds, but you can choose any amount of time within that 20 seconds. You have your cursor here where it's going to play. And what we're going to start off with is just making a simple background. So I don't really like plain white backgrounds. I really like the color yellow because it's positive. So we're going to go to this tray here where all of our different elements are. And we're going to choose background. And we're going to go down to this and pick a background color. Now this will be the background color for all of your slides. However, you can change the background for individual slides if you'd like. So went down, picked a color, picked yellow. We're good to go. All right. Now all our slides are going to be yellow. I want a character to come in and then say welcome to us, all right, in a 5-second span. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to make a floor for our character to stand on. So I'm going to go down to shapes, and it gives you all these different subdivisions of shapes. If you do not want to look through all of them, you can just look in the search field and type the shape that you want. I'm just going to use a simple line. Some of them are animated, which I don't want. I want a simple line that is not animated. There's one, and it pops up once you click it. Now, I don't like the color of this line. It's not dark enough, so I'm going to go to the option to change the color and change it to black. Click that. I want this to be the entire length of the slide, and I'm going to make it a little thicker to make that black pop out. And I'm going to take it down to here. That's where I want my floor to be. All right, click out of that. Get a little longer. There. Okay, now we have a floor. As you can see, where the cursor was is where the element shows up. Now this element will be here for the entire slide. If I want, I can make it stop at 7 seconds if I want, but that's a little bit more advanced. We'll go on to other stuff. The cursor has moved on a little bit, and I'm going to enter our character. So if we go down to click out of this, and we go to characters, you have this whole cache of characters here. I'm going to use sketching, and all of these are going to be animated. Right? They're already animated in different poses. So I'm going to click on this or hover over this one. She has many different looks. I'm going to have her saying hello because I don't want her angry or sad. You click on her and boom, she pops up. Okay. Now you can move her freely about the slide. I'm going to put her right about here and I'm going to make her bigger. Like that. So now she's standing on a floor and she comes in at about half a second. Okay. Click out of that and I want her to have a speech bubble. So I'm going to go to texts, and you can make texts just bare on your own. You have different options, but I want to use a text element, like a speech bubble, and it gives you all sorts of ones. I'm going to click this one. And what's great about this is it comes with its own text box, so you don't have to add anything into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on that, and it gives me all of these options. But what I want to focus on is the font style. I want our font style to be a little bit more cartoonish to match the scheme. And I want to change the size of it. Probably go down a little less because I'm going to change the size of the bubble. Now just highlight that and welcome. Click out. Now I want this speech bubble up here. I want it to be a little bit smaller so we can size it down. That should be about right. And then you just take your welcome and you put it right there. Boom, boom, boom. Now, I have all my elements for my welcome slide, but I want them to come in at certain points in the timeline with different effects. So for example, I want my floor to be constantly there and not fade in or fade out, but I want her to enter in from the right to the left. So I'm going to click on her and I'm going to click settings and I'm going to go down to effects. Effects gives you an enter and an exit. I want her to come in from the right to the left, so I'm going to click on that, and I don't want her to exit. I want her to stay on the slide, so I'm going to click that. Good. Then, as you can see down here in the timeline, we have all these elements. The welcome and the speech bubble come in at the same time, so they're overlaid. If you want to separate those, click on that, and then click on the one you want to move, and then move it over. Okay, so the speech will come in after the speech bubble. I want both of these to fade in, so I'm going to select both of them and go to settings, and then I'm going to go down to effects again. I want them to fade in, and I don't want them to exit. Click at that. Now, where they come in on the timeline, I would like them to be a bit more separated, so I'm going to bring this to about 3 seconds. I'm going to bring this to 2.5 seconds, and I'm going to bring her to 1 second. I'll bring that to 2 and then 2.5. That'll work. Okay. So now when they come in, you'll just see this line, then she'll come in, and then the speech bubble, and then what she says. So you can play it back by just moving your cursor to 0 and clicking play. And here is your welcome slide. There she is, and welcome. This is a really useful tool to make any content that you're trying to disseminate very entertaining. You can add music, you can add voiceovers to it. There's a lot you can do with it, and it's compatible with a lot of different things. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. You guys have a great day.